Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you clicking on that video. It's time for another weekly rotation video. I'm really enjoying doing these. You guys seem to enjoy them as well, so I'm going to continue to do them. Without further ado, let's get into the first fragrance. So the weather here in Massachusetts has been kind of wild. We have a warm 70-degree day one day, and we have a day like today, which is windy and in the 40s. So it's been strange. You know, one minute I think I'm gonna be switching over to my spring and summer frags, and the next minute it's cold, windy, and I find myself leaning more towards the fall and winter fragrances. But on Sunday, we had some nice warm weather, so I found this to be a perfect opportunity to bust this one out. Fantastic scent from the house of John Varvatos, Artisan Pure. Oh, citrusy, aromatic, a bit herbal. Neroli, mandarin orange are some of the notes in this. This is summer in a bottle to me. This thing is excellent. And the warmer it seems to be, the better performance I get from this, where a lot of times, if it's too hot, fragrances tend to burn up on my skin pretty quickly. But this one lasts a good amount of time. I go heavy on this. I go maybe 20 sprays before, going out for the day when I'm wearing Artisan Pure, because it's not a huge projector, but it has a beautiful sillage. So if you walk by someone, if they're within arm's reach of you, they're gonna get a whiff of this, and I've gotten compliments off of this one. It's just super appealing, super clean. I get a soapy vibe from it, like a real high-end soap. Beautiful, not shower jelly soap, like bar soap, just super luxurious. And this is, in my opinion, probably one of the best in the line. This and Dark Rebel are my favorites from the house. Yeah, this thing is excellent. So as far as longevity, I get about 6 or 7 hours. And that to me is fairly decent for fresh John Varvatos. What we hear a lot is the criticism that John Varvatos and their fragrances do not last, and I will tend to agree with that. You have to spray heavy. They don't last very long, but the smell is excellent. They're some of the best quality fragrances you can get for what you're paying, which is pretty inexpensive. I believe I got this one at a Marshall's for $29. I got lucky, but yeah. So on Sunday, it was John Varvatos, Artisan Pure. So on Monday, some of that warm weather carried over from Sunday, and it was a bit cooler out, more spring-like than summer. This is actually a fragrance that I like to wear to bed from time to time, believe it or not. There's just something about it that is super calming to me. But the scent I'm talking about is Tommy Bahama, Deep Blue Maritime. Yeah, just super fresh, aromatic, spicy, a bit woody. This is just, it comes across as real designery to me, but in a good way. Think, walking through Macy's or something. It's has that sort of quality to it, that designer quality, but for the price and for what it is, it does this scent profile really well. I've smelled it before, but this is my favorite Tommy Bahama. Yeah, just something about it. The herbal quality to this, I believe it's coming from the rosemary, has a sort of a mint effect, and it's a cooling effect, but it really sort of emulates that feeling of being on the ocean. You're on a boat, the mist of the sea is kind of hitting you every so often, and you're getting that sort of fresh air, sort of aromatic feel. And this absolutely replicates that. I think it's a really well done fragrance. As far as performance goes, not the best. I get about 6 hours from this, and I have to, respray or reapply. But yeah, I think the bottle's pretty cool. It kind of looks like, you're tying your boat to the dock there. You got the rope, and pretty cool bottle. But yeah, love this one. Again, perfect spring, summertime scent, in my opinion. And for Monday, where it was a little warmer, nice breeze, I thought this one would be perfect. Tommy Bahama, Maritime Deep Blue. So on Tuesday, again, There's a famous expression around these parts if you live in Boston or surrounding areas. If you don't like the weather, just wait a minute. On Tuesday, it was cooler than the previous 2 days, and it felt more fall-like to me than spring. And first scent I thought of that I thought would work perfect is this next one. And it's technically a cologne, technically inspired by fragrance, and I don't own really many of those, if any, besides this one. Can't think off the top of my head if I do. But scent I'm talking about, Royal Equestrian from Alexandria Fragrances. Oh man, this is so damn good. This is actually a clone of Parfums de Marly's Layton. I like this one more. I just do. I compared the two. I had a decant of Layton and I had a decant of this, and I wore them for a week, and I really kind of put them through their paces. And I love Layton. Layton is a fantastic scent. There's just something about this one that I liked more. I want to say that, now I will say the Layton, they both have that apple, they have the vanilla, they have the geranium, which I think is sort of giving that cooling mentholy effect to this fragrance. But oh God, it's so good in the air, guys. I absolutely love this one. It has cardamom as well, lavender. There's something about the vanilla in this one that I really enjoy. The apple in Layton is a bit more realistic. This one is a bit more synthetic, but slight. It's so slight. The difference is on skin, you can barely tell the difference. On the opening, I want to say there's a bit more vanilla than apple, and Layton is the opposite. So I don't know. Like I said, I can't really pinpoint exactly why, but I think it is sort of the reason I like this more than Layton was just the vanilla note, and I loved it. Now I will say, just sort of a benefit to owning Royal Equestrian over Layton is that I do get better performance from this. I don't get the performance from Layton that everyone talks about, 10 plus hours. I get okay performance, maybe 8 or 9, which that's better than okay in my opinion, but I don't get the off the charts performance that people talk about when they talk about Layton. This one I absolutely get 10 plus hours. I get 12 hours from Royal Equestrian. It's a beast, projects heavy for the first 2-3 hours, and it lasts forever on your skin. So yeah, I really enjoy this one, and this is gonna probably be a staple in my collection for a long time to come. It's just a really unique scent profile. Again, unique despite it being a clone, but it's not something that you smell all the time on people, and I absolutely love this one. Royal Equestrian from Alexandria Fragrances. So on Wednesday, it was straight up cold. I can't remember the temp offhand, but I immediately thought of this fragrance, and it's one that I didn't wear a ton over the winter time, and I love this one. So I was just, at the time trying a lot of different fragrances, and this one kind of got pushed to the side, but I absolutely love this scent. It's my favorite in the line. I think this is super slept on. Not enough people talk about this one. Scent I'm talking about, Polo Red Extreme. Coffee, citrus, wood. Oh, so damn good. You get the DNA from Polo Red immediately. It's sort of that red fruitiness that you get. This doesn't have cranberry that I know of, but it does have blood orange, and it's replicating that sort of feel that you get from Polo Red. It's a bit powdery to me. This is just super, super appealing. I've gotten many compliments from this. It's just a familiar sort of designer scent, designer profile, but in the best way possible. There's a reason why designer fragrances are so popular, is because they smell fantastic and people like them. And this is definitely mass appealing. This is, to me, it's not polarizing in any way. There is a lot of people get a coffee note from this, And I don't get a coffee note from this. I mean, it's slight. It's not like, there are some comparisons to this and Halloween Man X. I don't get them at all. I don't think they smell anything alike. So that comparison I can't speak to, but as far as the coffee note goes in this, I mean, it's so slight. Maybe it's what I'm getting from it is that sort of powderiness. But as far as longevity goes, 8+ hours, really great longevity. I spray pretty heavy with this. So I think if you're doing 2 or 3 sprays, it's not gonna be enough. It's not gonna last. But this is one of those scents that just works fantastic on like a sweater or a hoodie. I actually believe I had this on my list for best fragrances to wear with a hoodie. It is just excellent. Again, my favorite from the Polo Red line, Polo Red Extreme. So on Thursday, I grabbed a recent pickup. I actually did a cheapie haul. This was one of the fragrances I was able to grab. Absolutely really loving this one. The scent I'm talking about is Dirty English from Juicy Couture. Man, this thing, oh man, I don't think there's a booze note in this fragrance, but I get a boozy, leathery, sort of aromatic, rich. Yeah, there's just something about this that makes it super masculine to me. And in the video that I made where I did the cheapie haul and I grabbed this, I was trying to think of what this reminded me of. Now, the first scent it reminded me of was John Varvatos' Dark Rebel. It has some of those same qualities. It's a bit smoky, the leather, touch of oud in there. I don't get a ton of oud from this, but I do get a bit of it. But that profile reminded me of John Varvatos' Dark Rebel. But in addition to that, it has the qualities. And now someone, maybe a subscriber commented and said, this is what I think you might be getting. And they were absolutely right. It's the one. It's the one from Dolce & Gabbana. And it's a combination of the two into my nose. And I mean, you can imagine, I mean, those two fragrances are beloved by many, and mixing those two together could work. Layering those two could work. Maybe I'll try that someday, but this is excellent. It also has almost like a Coca-Cola vibe to me. So it has a bit of sweetness and it reminds me of Coca-Cola. So this thing, it's got a lot going on. I think I paid $19.99 for this at Burlington. It's a Juicy Couture fragrance. It's the only men's fragrance that they do. But yeah, I don't know. There's something about this one that it has a lot of twists and turns to it. It's an interesting fragrance and I really, really enjoy it. One drawback, performance. The performance was like 4 or 5 hours on my skin. Now that may change, that may get better. I've had fragrances that I've bought, particularly cheaper fragrances. And that's not to say that they're cheap in the sense that they don't make strong, that it's not a strong fragrance. But what I've found is that after I've owned them for a while and have used them and a little bit of air gets in the bottle, I start to use it, the level goes down a bit. Right now you can see it's full. I've only worn it once since I bought it. So once some air gets in there, I notice that the longevity starts to improve and it just gets a little better and almost a little richer in some cases. So whether or not that happens with this remains to be seen. I hope it does. But again, the scent is so good. It's not one that I mind overspraying and trying to get the most out of it. But this is a good one if you see it at Burlington. Again, I think this would be blind buy worthy, to be honest. So yeah, I like this one a lot. Dirty English from Juicy Couture. So on Friday, I had a little bit of work to do earlier in the day. We had some decent weather. It was probably in the mid 50s. And I also wanted something that would transition really well to the evening because I was meeting a friend for a couple drinks that I hadn't seen in a while. And he's another dad. So, it's tough to sort of catch up with friends sometimes. But we went out and I thought this would be the perfect scent to sort of transition from day to night. Scent I'm talking about, Mont Blanc's Individuel. just a fruity raspberry sandalwood. This scent, okay, when I first smelled this, immediately made me think of jute bone. And that's a scent that I wore. My mother actually bought it for me when I was in junior high, and it was a popular scent at the time. And I wore it. I wore it pretty much in every situation that you can imagine, and I loved it. I had an appreciation for fragrance back then, and when I purchased this, I had done a little research on it, but I hadn't heard it really compared to Jupe or Youp, but I did hear it compared a lot to Creed's Original Santal, which I can speak to. They are similar. They're both sort of synthetic in a really fantastic way. So this actually came out first. It's hard to justify purchasing Original Santal. It's a great scent, but this one is just so good too. And it's super versatile. This is an office scent. This is actually a really underrated going out scent, in my opinion, because it has some sweetness to it. And I think it's kind of perfect for going out to dinner, meeting friends. And if you kind of want to get noticed, to be honest, it is definitely a scent that is sort of unique compared to everything else that's popular right now. And it's sort of a throwback. Like I said, it doesn't smell dated, but it might remind some people that sort of grew up in the time where Jupe was like a popular fragrance, that it might remind them of that. And it did remind me of that. I haven't smelled Jupe in a long time, so I don't know if it's still the same or if it's even close, but I just know my scent memory sort of got triggered pretty quickly, and I thought of that scent. So I absolutely love this one. Absolute compliment beast, in my opinion. This thing, every time I wear it, someone says you smell great. So it's an incredible compliment getter. It's just, to me, for what you get for $25, it doesn't really get much better. Mont Blanc Individuel. So finally on Saturday, we wrap up the week with another cool day. So a perfect excuse to bust out this baby. This 10 out of 10 fragrance, in my opinion. Mugler's Pure Havane. Oh, sweet honey cherry tobacco. A bit powdery. I absolutely love this one. Been complimented on this one before. I wore it to an ugly Christmas sweater party. That's the last time I really wore it, and got complimented on it. It is such a great scent. I'm so happy to have this in my collection. I saw it because it sells out immediately every time it comes back into stock on online discounters, but I paid just under $100 for it, which I think is a fantastic deal. So I will try to link this down below and see if anyone has it in stock, but I'm not sure that is the case at the moment. But this thing, to me, it's, for what it is, it's versatile. It's sort of a playful scent. It's not too serious. It is just a masterpiece, in my opinion. One of the best tobacco fragrances that I've ever smelled. And there's just something about it that's so damn good and so unique. And I haven't really smelled this scent profile in many other fragrances. There are some that remind me of this a bit, but that no one really does it like Amen does here. So yeah, longevity, 10 plus hours, really great longevity. It is, now this is one that I'm not shy to spray heavy. It's not a huge projector. So, and also this is one that you can go nose blind to fairly quickly, at least I do. I go nose blind to it pretty quickly, so even though you can't smell it, others probably can. So, yeah, I think the compliment I got when I went to that party was, it was like much later in the night. I had already been wearing this for hours, and I got a compliment, so I couldn't smell it anymore. They could. So yeah, love this one. Absolutely worth a blind buy, in my opinion, if you are into tobacco fragrances. Sweet cherry, just a beast. Love this one. Amen's Pure Havane. That's all I have today, guys. I appreciate you sticking to the end of this video. Please let me know in the comment section below what your rotation was this week. I'd love to know. What are you wearing? I want to thank each and every one of you who have subscribed to the channel. We broke 700 subscribers. I could not be happier. Couldn't have done it without you guys, and it just keeps me motivated to keep making videos as long as you guys are enjoying them. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video if you like it and you think someone else might like it as well. Hit that bell notification so you're updated whenever I upload new content. But until then, I will see you in the next video.